أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وخاتم النبيين سيدنا ونبينا أبو القاسم محمد وآله الطاهرين المعصومين صلوات Alhamdulillah, we have been sharing verse number 190 and 191 of Surah Ali Imran, and the verse 190 was giving us the information that those who can see the signs of Allah are al-bab, those who possesses the core of aql, the pure aql. Now, to know how do we have such a aql, Allah in the next ayah, next verse, explains us that we should be qualified. There are 5 requirements. If we complete that, we can be in the team of those who possesses such a aql. Number 1 is allazina yaskuruna allaha qiyaman wa qu'udan wa ala junubihim. So if we could remember Allah while standing, sitting and lying down, that's one requirement. And then after that, Allah said the second qualification is wa tafakkaruna fi khalqis samawati wal ardh, to reflect upon the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to know Him more. And when we understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more, we get closer and our worship will be more enjoyable. Then after studying the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we'll study so much that we are confirmed now, and we say, Rabbana ma khalaqta hadha batilan. Oh my Lord, there is nothing in your creation that is vain, that's waste. Everything has a reason. A snake has a reason. All things which look to be bad or good to us has a reason which Allah knows, and He is wanting us to reflect and ponder upon. So to say, we must become a biologist, we must become a physicist, we must become a zoologist, and many, many sciences. If you can do PhDs, then you will understand the purpose of creation. And then you will appreciate Allah. And then we praise Him, Subhanaka, all glory be to Allah. When do you praise? When you get the benefit. If you give me something I want, then I'll praise you. So Allah is giving us so much in the creation. As I eat the food, I should praise Allah. Subhanaka, because I have enjoyed looking at His creation. Such a pleasure in me. So the 4th requirement is to praise, glorify Allah. So now when I am done all this, I have remembered Allah all my life. I have pondered, have reflected upon His creation from A to Z. And then I have made it clear, oh my Lord, nothing is vain. And then I have glorified Him, Subhanaka. Is that not enough? Now I say, I have done enough. So I go to paradise. Of course, I'll enter in paradise because I have done this 4. I'll get a apartment, I'll get a palace, but I will not be al-bab, because the 5th requirement is not done. So if you have to pass in your degree, in your masters, you have to complete the subjects that which you have opted. The subject we have to choose when you got the admission, you have to pass in all. If you pass out of 4 and 5th you are not passed, you have to again wait. So what is the 5th one? This person who has applied to be qualified as al-bab, he has to qualify the fifth one. The fifth one is Fakhna Zaban Nar. Oh Lord, save me, protect me from the chastisement of the fire. Why should I say this? Why will I go to Jahannam? I am already remembering Allah all my life. Why should I go to Jahannam? No, you won't go to Jahannam. You will go to Jannah. But you will not get that level, that position of Al-Bab. Why should I fear? Why should I fear when I have done so much? So now today we are going to share what is fear. Let us be clear what is fear. Number 2, why should we fear? Number 3, who should fear? Number 4, how to fear? Should I close the door and feel scared? How to fear? So these are the 4 questions that come to my mind, which I am going to share with you. So fear, what is fear? Fear are of 2 types. One is the fear of dunya. Other is the fear of akhirah. Dunya fear, I think if I give you a paper and the pen, you will write 1 million fears. Fear of job, fear of accident. It's very unfortunate. One of my friend's son, 28 years old, perfect Shia, perfect. A super IT man and super speaker. He passed away just about 10 days now of an accident. So hurting, can't imagine, 28. So there's a fear of accidents. There's a fear of children to be on the right path. There's a fear of getting the right spouse, the right partner in life. That makes all the difference. So there's a list of fears of dunya. There's no end. Even if you are a millionaire, there is a fear. There is a fear of Islamic phobia. We don't know when some hijab is going to be shot, where something is going to happen. So there are a number of fears everywhere. Whether it is in Saudi or whether it is here or whether it is India, the fear of dunya is absolutely necessary and is absolutely required even for the best man, because they go with the bodyguards. Then there is a fear of akhirah. That again can be a big list. When I miss my salat, there should be fear, I missed it. If I ignore khums, there should be fear. Ignore Quran, there should be fear. Ignoring the hukuk. Hukuk of what? Of parents, children, the boss in the office, the teacher, the neighbor. So if we present the book of hukuk by our 4th Imam to a non-Muslim, he will be very, very happy of you. Where he will also get the benefit how he should behave with the neighbors, with his family and so on. So there are a number of hukuks. If we pamal, if we overgo that, there is a fear of akhirah. So there are 2 fears. One is fear of the life here, the fear of the life hereafter. What is the difference between this life and that life? This life, how many years can I live? I am now done, completed 84, maybe 100 years. It's quite possible, because if you pray, I am here to expect your prayers for my health. Maybe I'll live 110 years, possible. 120, possible. 150, possible. But what is the duration of my life in hereafter? How many years am I going to live? Whoever will go to Jannah, how many years will those who will be in Jannah live? 1 million years? Wrong. 1 million into 1 million into 1 million? Wrong. Trillion into trillion? Wrong. That life is eternal. So there is a difference between dunya and akhirah. Life here and the life hereafter. This life is 120 years. That life is millions and millions and trillions. Which is more important? Simple. These are simple questions. A first grade child will say, million is more than 120. But I am not telling million, forever. Should we be afraid of 120 years or should be afraid of million years? Simple. You all know that. But again, I like to ask Allah, Allah, why are you telling me so many times? You told me about salat and zakat. Again salat, salat, salat. Why are you telling me so many times? That's called reminder. If you tell me about my health, I know, but still you tell me, it will help me to remember that. I should eat such and such thing, I should eat such thing. If I forget, I eat other things also. So reminder is Quran, and reminder is Majlis Hussain, and reminder is for you and for me. When I'm telling you all these things, it's helping me to become more conscious. Oh, you told those people, but you don't practice. So by telling something, you become conscious and you practice. So please don't mistake that this is something to be told to young children, and you're all older people and more learned people, but still I got to share with you what I think should be reminded. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So we are going to share what is fear. Why fear? Now a person said to our sixth Imam, there are some people among your devotees. He's telling, oh Imam, there are some followers who follow you. When they commit small sins, they say, oh, Allah will forgive us. There are some followers, oh Imam, when they commit small sins, oh, it's all right. Allah will forgive us. And then Imam said, they are liars. Oh my God. They are liars. They are not our devotees. They are victims of the lust. To think that small sin, Allah will forgive. Oh, one namaz, one prayer I missed. A small sin, Allah will forgive. No. I can say that, but I can't claim to be follower of the Imam. So that's one warning. Then, sixth Imam said, one who fears Allah. What is the benefit? There is a benefit if you fear, and there is a disadvantage if you don't fear. Well, I don't fear, what is the problem? Yes, there is a problem. If I fear, there is a benefit. If I don't fear, there is a problem. And Imam says, those who fear Allah will never fear by anyone. He will not care Trump. Check. Trump is nothing. Because I fear Allah. That fear in my mind, oh, the boss, I don't know how he might fire me. No fear. If I fear Allah, Allah will see that there is no fear in my heart. He will see that. And if I don't fear Allah, I'll be afraid of everything. I'll be afraid of Trump. I'll be afraid the police come to inquire something, I'll get scared. So, fear Allah so that you won't have any fear. If you don't fear Allah, you'll have fear of everybody's. Salawat. This is very, very interesting. I am sure all this I am going to share with you some ayah and some hadith. You all know it, but I can't help it because I've got some youngsters also. Today I happen to have a good talk with the youngsters, two youngsters sitting here, high school students. I enjoyed their questions, very unique. Today's subject is questions. I'm going to end up with that. That I'm sure will be information to many, many people here. So now, Imam says, one of the sign of a mu'min, if I'm a mu'min, he says, there should be two lights in my heart. Two lights in my heart. What are the two lights? One is of the hope. Another is of the fear. I must hope, oh, Allah will forgive me and He'll give me Jannah. And I must also fear, oh, no, I don't know. Allah will burn me for 1 million days, 2000 years, I don't know. So hope and fear is a sign of a mu'min in his heart. That is, in the heart of mu'min there should be green light and also red light. In my heart there is only green light, all green light, no red lights. So I meet a lot of accidents. So there will be green light and red light in the heart of a mu'min. And then, this is very interesting, then Imam says, if you put both in weight, I have put hope here, I have put fear here. Wrong. This should be equal. As much as you hope, so much you must fear. In my heart, 90% hope that I'm going to go to Jannah. 5% fear. Good, but I'm not a Mu'min. If I say I'm Mu'min, then I'm contradicting to what Imam says. Imam says the sign of a Mu'min should be hope and fear should be equal. So how do we bring equal? How do we fear? We are going to proceed. Now, this is Luqman Hakim. Subhanallah. He is not a prophet, but Allah gave him the hikmat. So this shows that anybody can get hikmat, even not a prophet. Luqman Adil, Luqman Dana, Luqman Hakim. He left a will to his son. And in that will he says, "O my son, fear Allah the Majestic." He says, "O my son, fear Allah the Majestic, even if his good deeds, if your good deeds are equal to the good deeds of all the men and jinn put together." He says the good deeds from Adam till today, you take all the good deeds of everybody, and put it one place. He says, and also jinn, all the good deeds of the jinn, you take it and put it one place. Even if you have all the good deeds of all the men and the jinn, he says, fear God. In spite you have all that, fear God. Then he says, now take all the sin, bad, of all the jinns and all the men. Everything bad, every bad thing of the jinn and every bad thing of the men, millions of men, put it together. Oh, that means I'll go to hell. He said, no. You should have hope of Allah's mercy. Ajib. In spite of all the sin, Gunah, Kabira, Saghira, all the jinns and millions of men, it is on my head. He said, no, you should have hope of Allah's mercies. These are the very interesting ahadiths which can keep our mind pondering upon nights and days. There will be no end to the mind to sleep. Now the sixth Imam says, one who fears Allah, good will make for him every time. No, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, what is the limit of the fear of Allah? What is the limit of the guna that we should fear? Fear. When you do anything haram that is not permitted, there should be fear. What is, how much if I do little, just little, should I fear? Little guna, fear. Imam Ali says, if one drop of wine is put in the ocean, not lake, ocean, Arabian Sea, the full water of the world is ocean. In that whole ocean, if one drop is put, and that ocean dries after a million years, it is dried. There is no water. And then from that land, a plant grows. And one leaf of that plant is eaten by a sheep. He says the meat of the sheep is haram for him. What is the effect? That one drop in that ocean, and then that ocean dries. And in that land, one plant grows. That leaf, little leaf, the sheep eats, that sheep meat is haram. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This is verse number, ayah number 37 and chapter number 24. Those who pray regularly, practice regular charity, their fear is for the day when hearts and eyes will be transformed. Who? Not me. Those who pray regularly, yes, I pray regularly. Yes, I am. And those who are regular in giving charity. I am not regular. Sometime when I see somebody crying, I give charity. I know so many children in my country, India, they are not able to pay fees to the school. I don't give charity. I know there are so many students who are good to get medical school, but they don't have money. I don't give charity. So there are a lot of orphans and poor people. I don't give charity. I give once. No, he's a regular. Remember this word. Those who are regular to prayers. I pray on Jummah and I pray on Monday. No, not me. Those who are regular to prayers and regular in giving charity, their only fear is for the day of judgment. So how do I create the fear? If I am regular to the salah and if I am regular to charity, the fear will automatically come. If we all go away in paradise, there will be a question. My name is Muhammad Hussain, so I am going to paradise. I have got a friend, John, a Christian, and I have got a friend, Ram, a Hindu. They will be sent to hell and they will ask the angels, why are you sending him to paradise? Why are you sending us to hell? If they say, no, he's Muslim and you are Christian and you are Hindu, they will say, what do you mean? I didn't become Christian, you made me Christian. The God made me Christian. The Hindu will say, I didn't become Hindu. You didn't ask me what I want to become. You gave birth to Muhammad Hussain from the womb of Khatija. If you had given me birth from Khatija, the same mother, I would have been a better Muslim. And if Muhammad Hussain was born by my mother, Sita, or Nancy, he would have worshipped more things. He would have drank more wine. I didn't choose Christianity. You happened to create me in Nancy's womb. And the Hindu will say, you created me in the womb of Sita. I am not responsible. It was not my choice. Simple. So, this need to be pondered upon pronoun. So, if you read the book called Divine Justice, Adl-e Ilahi, written by Allama Mutahari, 500 pages. From 230 pages, he explains what is intercession. There you will understand how many non-Muslims will be in paradise, how many Muslims will go to the Dozakh and come back. It's a very interesting book. After reading the book, many of my doubts are clarified. So what I'm trying to say is that our fear of Allah need not be because we are Muslim, but we have to fear of the day when we all Muslims and non-Muslims are going to be there. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Right. Now, who fears? This is verse number, ayat number 28 and chapter number 35. Only those fear who have knowledge. Only those of Allah's servants fear who have knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? What knowledge? Physics, chemistry? Which university? University of Cambridge, Harvard? University of Allah. Allah also has a university. And there's a book for that university, that's Quran. And there are other books also in that university, Al-Kafi, Al-Mizan, and so many other things. So, here the question is, knowledge. Where do you get the knowledge? The sixth Imam says, knowledge is locked in a box. The religion knowledge is locked in a box. Now we need the key. The knowledge of religion is in a box. And he says the key are the questions. You question, it opens. So, Khulaini, who wrote the ahadith after visiting so many places, the people started questioning the Imams and they gave the answer and that box is opened. So, Al-Kafi is nothing but you're opening with the key of Al-Kafi and in the treasure you come across so many questions answered. So what I am trying to lead is, if you want to have knowledge, you have to question. Now the last part is, this is the sixth Imam, this is more serious, that's the subject today. The sixth Imam says, people indeed perish. Perish is fana. Who? The people in this fetish who do not question, who do not ask question. Those people who don't ask question, Imam says they perish. Who are the people who ask questions? So here I am trying to just change a little bit of my subject. The ilm are many types. One of the ilm is ilm mushahadati, what you personally observe. I am going to share one of the mushahada of my life that I happen to see, which will be new to you, may not be new, but it will be good to youngsters especially. I have visited many countries, Iran, Saudi, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq. I stayed for some time, but I stayed more in Iran and I stayed more in Bahrain. Pakistan, India is my country. So I can speak something what I have seen in Bahrain. Salawat by Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This is about the Shias of Bahrain. The Majlis there is 365 days of the year. Every day in the city of Bahrain, there will be about 50 Majlis every day after Maghrib. Not public, it is private, limited to family. The family, brother, sister family, two neighbors, few people. When every family has one day fixed, from their ancestors, from their father, that family all Wednesdays, another family all Mondays, another family all Sundays. But if there is shahadat, wiladat, no. Not on that day. That day is the masjid. The rest of the days of the year, 365 days, in my house there is one day every week there is majlis. This is in Bahrain. And in the majlis, who sits on the member? From the family. Brother or his nephew or uncle or grandfather or son. Every family has an alim. Very interesting. And every alim is a IT, engineer, doctor, physician, businessman, government employee. No alim live on khums. As many I have seen, they're all professionals. But after doing their university, they go to Hausa. I went to Hausa also. They have quick program of 2 years and part-time also. So they go to Hausa. Is Hausa Arabic? I don't know. The school where you learn madrasa. What do you call the school where you learn religion? Madrasa or Hausa? Hausa. So I visited the Hausa also. They have the crash program of quick 2 years and then also part-time. So they go after their university education to the Hausa and they become available to the family for reading the majlis and available in the majlis to lead the prayers. What happens is in that majlis is 30 minutes. He starts from Tawheed, Nabuwat, Qiyamat and all that, and Karbala about 3 minutes, and after half an hour he won't get down from the chair. He sits there for 1 hour. For 1 hour, questions by the children, middle school, high school child, college, the old people. There will be questions for 1 hour. And then they sit for the dinner. After the dinner, 1 hour questions. So my dear brothers and sisters, I saw in Bahrain that the questioning 2 hours every week. And the other thing I saw, books, they read books. If you go to their rooms, oh, books. Full of books. So reading books and questioning is in the blood of Bahrainis. With the result, I am not comparing anybody, but a youth of Bahrain knowledge is so good that the ulama I know in Pakistan, India, no match. How he learned from questions. Again I am repeating the hadith. The Imam says, the community that do not question, they perish. So with this, all I am trying to share with you all is, questioning is very important. Especially the youngsters, they feel delighted to questions, and with that, we find them learning more, and that is the knowledge which will create fear. So I explained you what is knowledge, which Allah says in Quran, those who have knowledge, they fear. Now we are coming to Karbala as usual. As we shared that Imam Hussain alayhi salam left Medina, now he comes to Mecca, and before the Hajj he comes to know that Yazid had sent some people to murder him during Hajj. Maybe because nobody will know who murdered. Murder and run away in that crowd. So it means Imam Hussain will not be known in the history. And he knew that the Shahadat is not here. He was told by his grandfather, he is not going to go alone. So he decides to leave Mecca. In the meantime, he receives letters from Kufa. The Shias asking him to come and establish the Khilafat, that they were having the bayat with him. And he can't say no, neither he wanted to go because he knows that his route is Karbala. So he sends his cousin Muslim to go to Kufa. As the Muslim comes there, and 18,000 followers, Shias, they do bayat, 18,000. When Yazid comes to know, he finds the governor in Kufa was a very soft man. So Yazid wanted to send somebody very, very strong man, a very strong enemy of Ahlul Bayt. So he sends the worst person that he can ever think of. He was Salawat bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. He sends Ibn Ziyad. Ibn Ziyad was a man of Makr, and he comes in the night covering himself with the army, and the people think Imam Hussain is come because they have invited him. He covers himself, and when he walks in the street, they think, oh, Imam Hussain is come with the army. And the next morning he called all the people of Medina, of Kufa, and they think Imam Hussain is calling. They go, and then he says, I am come to help you. I am come to warn you that Yazid is sending thousands of soldiers now, and they are going to kill you all. If you still remain in the bayat of Imam Hussain, you are all going to be killed. Better change your bayat. They got scared. Their wives came and took them, the sister came and take away, everybody went away. Now that day, when the Muslim went for the masjid in Maghrib, there were only 30 people, 18,000 gone, only 30. In Isha when he turned, there's nobody. He was alone. And now he knew that it is his turn. The army is coming. So he goes in a street and he sits at the steps of a house, quite confused what to do. And the lady of that house, Tawa, she comes and opens the door, and he sees somebody sitting, looks to be a very gentleman, and she asks, who are you? He says, I'm Muslim from Ahlul Bayt. Oh, you're from Ahlul Bayt. Oh, come in my house. Oh, no, it's very dangerous. If I come in your house, the army will come to kill me, and I don't want you to be in trouble. No, I'll hide you. So he goes in the house. She opens the room and she says, here, you relax. She gives him water, she gives food. And then her son, Bilal comes. And then he finds his mother going to the room, coming every sometime, going in and coming out. He asks, why are you going in the room so many times? He says, shh, don't say. Ahlul Bayt member, the member of Rasul's family is coming here to hide. Don't tell anybody. He says, who is that? Muslim. Oh. He then decides, if he informs, he'll get the award, he'll become a minister. See, he goes and informs that Muslim is hiding here. So the army comes, and Imam Hazrat the Muslim, he fights as much as he can, not with 2, 3 people, hundreds, and then he's arrested and he's taken, and he's thrown right from the top of the building, and he dies, and his head is cut, his body remains hanging in Kufa. Jazakum Rabbikum, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi. Ya Allah, protect all of us from sin and create fear in us for the day of judgment, and make us the best of the mu'mineen. We, our families, our friends, our relatives, bless all of us with the best of knowledge, with the best of fear, with the best of wealth, with the best of health, with the best of iman and success in this life and the life hereafter.